Healthy longevity, by the way, is the #1 focus of the National Academy of Sciences, Medicine, Engineering, AARP. The government is putting $100 billion behind healthy longevity starting 2022, 2 years ago, over the next 10 years.
All right, Genesis Nation, I am super stoked to have with us a friend, colleague, a warrior. If you don't know this man, Dr. Eric Plasker, I'm sure you do. You've seen him on Genesis Nation before, but we're here today to talk about the 100-year lifestyle and its newest venture and collaboration with Life University. So, Doc, tell us what's going on.
Well, we're super excited, of course, to work with Genesis for a long time and also Life University for a long time, as well as pretty much the entire profession. When you just kind of stick around for a long time and you're purposeful, we've been very fortunate. We have friends all over the place. And this collaboration is really special with Life University because it is a seminar that we're doing. It's a new seminar called Healthy Longevity and Chiropractic, from birth to 100 years and beyond. We'll talk about the why of that in just a minute. And it's an independent standalone seminar, 12 hours, 8 hours of CE if your state, 36 states have been approved, and the others are not, but it's still worth your time and energy, I promise. And then 4 hours on Sunday. So it's Saturday and Sunday, May 4th and 5th. Saturday, CE all day, relevant CE. Sunday, business, marketing, patient education times 1,000 implementation strategies that everybody is going to love. And I'll give you a couple of quick examples of why this really matters, if that's okay with you.
Please. Yeah.
So, I'm going to give you two instances, and there's thousands and thousands of them, but we have a patient, she's 60 years old. So
they're finally catching up to what we've been teaching for a couple hundred years already, right?
You're right. And but they're not catching, they have really, it's all crisis care, trying to get ahead of it, but they don't really understand it the way that we understand it. We've been teaching it for a long time in our industry. And the truth is that no matter what they do, people are living longer than ever. People say, well, why are people living longer than ever? Is it all the medical discoveries? No, it's because innate has an amazing ability to adapt to the insanity of the world. And so, we have one woman, she's 60 years old. She is a soccer player, and we say healthy longevity and chiropractic from birth to 100 years and beyond. So why is this relevant for this woman? So she's a soccer player. She played very competitively her whole life. Couldn't play. Like 15 years ago, she couldn't play because of lots of concussions and neck injuries and traumas and all kinds of systemic problems that resulted from that. Well, she started chiropractic care, not just crisis care, Brian, lifestyle care, performance-based care, the way we talk about it in the 100-year lifestyle. She's been a patient now for 15 years. She never misses. She pays for it herself. She values it. She's playing soccer again, not only playing soccer again full-time now 15 years later, but she just won the national championship at the age of 60, never missed a minute in the whole tournament. From an injury, and what stopped her was an injury that she sustained when she was a child that caused so much degeneration over time that if she would have had chiropractic care all along the way, healthy longevity, birth to 100 years and beyond, if she would have had chiropractic care all along the way, she would have never had to miss. It would have changed her whole life. But now here she is, 60 years old, doing everything she wants to do without any problems at all. Pretty exciting.
Well, I know our common friend, Dr. Gilles Lamarche. If you haven't met him also at Life University, that young man is still running 400s at a highly competitive level. And every time I talk to him, I'm like, how you racing? Good. I got a little injured, got adjusted, got my neural performance work. This man he has adapted the lifestyle, and I know he's going to be there at the workshop or at the seminar as well. So
he was a key to making this happen, and he's winning gold medals.
I know.
It's
70, really cool to see that.
And he just turned 70.
All right. He's got the secret sauce, because if he's 70, I want to do what he's doing. Because I'm the young man in the crew here.
Yeah. Well, let me give you one other quick story that I think is really important, because I know we're limited on time. So this was a woman, this is going back when 30 years ago when I was in practice. I was given a lecture, the same type of lectures that we provide in the 100-year lifestyle today to help you get into your community. Well, this woman, she was sitting in this talk, and I was talking about the birth process and how it affects the thyroid gland, and injuries to the neck can affect the thyroid gland, the heart, the lungs. She freaks out in the middle of my lecture, like, "Oh my God, oh my God." And I'm like, what's going on? And she said, "Well, I was a C-section. And when they pulled me out, they pulled so hard and twisted on my neck that I had bruises, forceps trying to get me out. All kinds of bruises on my neck. My mother wrapped a scarf around my neck for the first 6 to 8 weeks because people were thinking that she abused me.
Mm.
It really injured my neck." And she said, when I was 17 years old, I got diagnosed with thyroid cancer.
Wow.
And nobody could understand why. They were like, "How is this possible? You're 17 getting thyroid cancer."
Yeah.
And you know what? There's no question in my mind that subluxation, that injury in the birth process affected the rest of her entire life. So
Yeah.
when we talk about the importance, 39 years in practice for me, love it more than ever. We've trained over 12,000 doctors around the world. We know that healthy longevity starts in the womb. It starts at the birth process through every phase of life. We're going to talk about pediatric care, generational care, why it matters, how it's all weaved together. We'll talk about degeneration, protective regeneration, all kinds of things from a perspective that will take chiropractors literally leading this healthy longevity movement in their communities.
Awesome. Now, Genesis is playing a vital role and involved with this. Can you tell our audience, or what's the relevant business things that they're going to be able to pick up by attending this seminar?
Well, from a business perspective, the single best business thing any chiropractor can do is stop losing so many patients and fill your practice with lifetime patients. To be able to relate to people's why, not your why, but their why. How does your why affect their why? And how does that impact their life? So we are going to talk about from a business perspective, which is something that we have in common with Genesis, about the purpose of lifetime patients and keeping people healthy throughout their entire lifetime. And then how do you track it in this modern day crazy world? And there is no better system out there, in my opinion, than Genesis. When we opened a new practice 4 years ago, we looked at all kinds of system. I had everybody wooing us because of our role in the profession. Everybody wanted to say, "Hey, we'll give it to you. We'll give you our software. We'll give you our software. We'll let you do it." Well, we paid Genesis to
Yeah.
have their software.
You got the
And we
value.
didn't
You
want
got
it
the
freely.
value.
We
Yes.
valued it.
Yeah.
We valued it, and we still value it. Why? Because it's easy, it's simple, it is born in the cloud, lives in the cloud, it is completely adaptable, updatable, better than anything we've seen. And the efficiency is fantastic, whether you have an insurance practice, whether you have we're about 90% cash practice, insurance practice, straight chiropractic. You do all kinds of things. You have multiple associates. It is completely adaptable. And the updates are a breeze, literally. So there's an update. Wow, I went the other day and there was an update on some of the reports. I was like, wow, we were asking for this and they did it. And I didn't even know. I didn't have to shut down, reboot, get a new server,
Yeah.
update my
Yeah.
operating system. I
We
didn't
know
have to
that
do any of that stuff.
we know those headaches, and I don't want this to be just a promotion about Genesis. Truthfully, this is, and this is something that you promote in the 100-Year Lifestyle, is brand collaboration, right? You look at like Nike and Apple and all these other brands that you've talked about just as a growing business person, and I've learned that from you, and we're co-branding together because it's not just a business move, it's a purpose move, because we want to propel and amplify the profession together. So why not work in unison so that we can help it grow? So I'm super excited to be involved. Dr. Capper will be speaking there, and he's a brilliant CEO and entrepreneur and businessman and chiropractor. So we're going to have a lot of different speakers there. Really excited to be part of this. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Are you kidding me? I think it's a necessary collaboration that we do work together. I mean, our work co-branding with offices around the country. You slap the 100-Year Lifestyle brand with us on what you're doing. It changes all the questions that people ask, all the questions that you're sick of. You will change the questions, which will mean that you will have much, much, much better quality patients when people start to talk about it. And listen, you know this, and we're going to be around for a long time. Brian, I didn't realize this until recently, like 4 years ago, that he heard me talking about 100-Year Lifestyle before it was even called the 100-Year Lifestyle. And it
Yeah.
was the reason why he chose to become a chiropractor. And
I
I
was gonna
didn't
say before
realize
he
that.
even
So
became a chiropractor, when you were back in your Jersey roots, right? This is
it
us
was,
Jersey guys got we stick together.
we do, man. And
Yes.
that was a catalyst for his decision. And so I understand his purpose. And I think that's another big reason why we resonate. And, it's not good just to collaborate for the sake of collaboration. I mean, you should be collaborating with similar visions. So many chiropractors, Brian, they'll say to me something like, I want this, but I did this. I don't know why I did that, but it was cool.
Right.
And the coolest thing that you could do is collaborate with like-minded people to serve your community and to have the right resources that have roots that are grounded in the same beliefs that you have, which is
Yeah.
why the collaboration with 100 Year Lifestyle and Genesis is so important.
And the people feel it too, because we're not fooling anybody. Like, humans are not stupid. That like they know when you're inauthentic, and it's like you can smell it and feel it a mile away. And I really appreciate the depth of a real connection, because that's what's serving the people. So really excited. We'll put all of the dates. This is going to come out. Well, the dates right now, right? We're coming up in May.
May 4th and 5th. Yep, May 4th and 5th. We'll send you a link. If you go to 100yearchiropractors.com, the number 100yearchiropractors.com, click on the seminars tab at the top. And there'll be 2 seminars listed. One of them is this seminar, which is Healthy Longevity and Chiropractic from Birth to 100 Years and Beyond. And we'd love to see you there. You don't have to become a part of our certification program to attend this seminar. It's a standalone seminar, but if you decide that you want to, then you can do it, and we'll apply the cost of what you paid for the seminar to the certification program. But I promise you, we haven't done a seminar like this in a while. We've been doing a lot of support for the profession, CEs around the country, literally almost every state, national associations, internationally. But this is time. It is time to go back into this intensive, roll your sleeves up, change your life, change your practice, change your community seminar, man. So I'm excited to share it with you.
And it's not just going to be a rah-rah. This is, it's like, yes, it's good to be around like minds, but in that same vein of authentic collaboration, we're looking to touch, move, and inspire all of our participants. So super excited to be collaborating with you and working with you. And we'll put all the details in the body down below. I always mix up those words. The captions are on Instagram and the bot, whatever it is. But we have all the links for you. You'll be catching this on email, and check us all out on socials too. So thank you, Doc. We'll see you very soon in May.
Thank you, my man. See everybody there.